the 5 states of yoga. People are confused about what the meaning of yoga truly is. What is yoga? The word yoga is union or yuj. It comes from an ancient Sanskrit word, yuj. What is this union all about? It is the union of the soul which is within us, that life force. The soul is S-O-U-L, the spark of unique life, with the Supreme, the Creator, we call God, who is actually a supreme immortal power, SIP. How does this soul, this power of life within, connect to SIP, the supreme immortal power? You are familiar with how a little SIM card in your mobile phone connects to a satellite. If I am talking to you, it does not mean that my mobile is talking to your mobile. My mobile has a SIM card, it connects to the satellite, that satellite gives you a signal, and that's how we communicate. We understand this perfectly, but we don't understand the true meaning of yoga. We think yoga is physical exercises, which is actually nothing but asanas. We think these asanas or postures is yoga, but this is not yoga. We think yoga is breathing techniques. No, this is pranayama. This is pranayama, not yoga. Unfortunately, we do not realize that there are 5 states of yoga. In fact, the world knows only of 4 states. I was blessed with the 5th state of yoga. What are these 4 states of yoga? The first state in order of our day is Dhyana Yoga. Dhyana Yoga or meditation. It is all about spending time in silence. Dhyana. It may be any type of meditation or silence. It does not depend on how stylish your meditation is, how stylish the music is, the mat is, your clothes are. Dhyana Yoga is all about being in union through the state of dhyana, of silence, of meditation. Normally people wake up and spend some time in solitude. This is Dhyana Yoga. The next state of yoga is Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is spending time in devotion, in prayer, in singing hymns or chanting or repeating mantras. It is the way of connecting with the divine through what is called bhakti or devotion. Both Dhyana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga are both yoga. Therefore, we call them states of yoga. It may appear as Dhyana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, but both create yoga or union. What is the next state of yoga? It is called Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is the yoga of action. What is this yoga of action? When we become an instrument of God and when our actions create a unity with the divine, this is called Karma Yoga. The 4th state of yoga is called Gyana Yoga. Gyana Yoga, as the word suggests, is the yoga through jnana, knowledge or wisdom. While Karma Yoga may be like what Mother Teresa did in serving the poor, Jnana Yoga is like what Vivekananda did in attaining enlightenment or realization through wisdom. The world knows of these 4 states of yoga: the yoga of meditation or Dhyana Yoga, the yoga of devotion or Bhakti Yoga, the yoga of action or Karma Yoga, the yoga of education or Jnana Yoga. When I was trying to be a yogi, when I was trying to be in yoga, in union with the divine, I was blessed with the 5th state of yoga, the yoga of divine love. This yoga of divine love is called Prema Yoga. In Prema Yoga, you are in yoga, you are in union with the divine through prema or love. What is Prema Yoga? When we are able to love God, when we are able to love God, when we see God as a manifestation in all the souls around us, this is Prema Yoga. Prema Yoga is the ability to unite with the divine, with the divine emotion of love. Love is divine. Love comes from the divine. Love comes from the divine. And love goes to the divine. Love is not true love until it goes beyond the skin to the divine that is within. When I experienced the yoga of divine love, Prema Yoga, I was blessed with the fifth state of yoga: Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Gyana Yoga, Prema Yoga. What is the importance of yoga? Yoga is the ability to unite with the Supreme. We human beings live either in a state of yoga or in a state of bhoga. If we live in yoga, we are in union with God, with the Supreme. If we lose this divine connection, then we are in a state of bhoga. We sink in this material world of pleasures, possessions, and people. We live attached to this material world and we snap our connection with the spiritual divine. What is the way to our ultimate goal? Our ultimate goal is to realize we are the divine soul. Our ultimate goal is nirvana, moksha, liberation, salvation. How do we attain that ultimate goal? It is through yoga. Living in yoga, living as a yogi. 99% of the people in this world, they live as bhogis. Who is a bhogi? A bhogi is united with the material possessions of this world. A yogi is lost in the samsara, this world, this material world, this physical world. But a true yogi is united, ever united with the divine. A yogi never loses the connection, just like a good SIM card never loses the network. Wherever the SIM card goes, the network follows. That is what happens with a yogi. Wherever the yogi is, the yoga follows. He doesn't snap his yoga. He may be busy in action, it is Karma Yoga. He may be in silence, it is Dhyana Yoga. He may be reading something, it is Gyana Yoga. He may be doing nothing, but he is in Bhakti Yoga. Ultimately, when he is talking to people, he is in that state of Prema Yoga, the yoga of divine love. Why is it important to know these 5 states of yoga? We must move from one state of yoga to another. If we don't move from Dhyana Yoga to Bhakti Yoga to Karma Yoga, we will fall into bhoga. If we fall into bhoga, we will sink because our thoughts will make us blink and we will keep on being in that state where we are caught in thought because we think. And this is the end of yoga. To be in yoga, to move from one state of yoga to another, we need to move from a state of mind to a state of consciousness. To be in that state of yoga, we must move from one state of yoga to another. And for this, we must be in a state of consciousness, not in a state of mind. As long as we are caught in thought, we are slaves of the mind. We are a bhogi. A true yogi transcends the mind and the ego, me, living as the divine soul in a consciousness that is bliss called Sat Chit Anand. What is Sat Chit Anand? It is the reward of yoga. What is the way to be in this consciousness, in this state of Sat Chit Anand? Have you seen a swimmer trying to cross a lake? A swimmer may use different strokes. It may be breaststroke or just floating. But the swimmer will move. The swimmer will move from one style of swimming to another till the swimmer is able to cross to the other shore. So it is in yoga. We have to move from one state of yoga to another state of yoga till we are able to cross the shore of this samsara, this ocean of life. It is very important for a seeker of liberation, a seeker of the truth, to learn the art of yoga, not exercise or asana, not breathing techniques or pranayama. Even Patanjali, who proposed asana and pranayama, called it Ashtanga Yoga, or the 8 limbs of yoga. He called it Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. Even Patanjali advocated that we should move to that state of Samadhi. The state of Samadhi is a state of consciousness, a state of consciousness where we still the mind, we kill the mind, we reach a state of mindfulness, thoughtlessness, or consciousness. This is the goal of yoga, to be united with the divine. But can you be in Dhyana Yoga? Can you be like a mendicant who's sitting in the forest or up in the mountains, doing nothing forever and ever, 24 hours a day, 365 days of the year? It is very difficult to be that kind of a yogi. Today, we propose that yoga be a way of life, a way of living with yoga, a way of loving God through Prema Yoga, doing your actions as a divine instrument where you seek no fruit of the result that you perform. There is no seeking of any fruit. All actions are performed as an instrument of the divine. Your bhakti is not just to the murti or the statue, but to the Supreme who is omnipresent. Today, living in yoga means living united with the divine, not sinking in bhoga and then suffering the misery of the body, mind, and ego. The one who doesn't live in yoga lives as this body and suffers physical pain, suffers from fear and worry, suffers the agony of anger, hate, revenge, and jealousy. This is due to bhoga. But if we are in yoga, then we live as that spark of unique life, that soul that is connected to the Supreme Soul, sip the supreme immortal power. Let yoga be a way of life. And through this way of life, we are united with the divine. Let us move forward to achieve the ultimate goal of life, to realize we are the divine soul. Remember, life is all about moving from one state of yoga to another, from the yoga of Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Gyana Yoga, Prema Yoga, moving from one state of meditation and devotion, action and education to the yoga of divine love. Live as a yogi and live in bliss, live in Sat Chit Anand, live as a liberated soul, free from all misery. That is the way to live in yoga, living as a yogi, living as a divine soul, ever united with the Supreme. Let the word yoga, the term yoga, ring a bell, not of the lies that we have learnt, but let yoga ring that bell of yuj or union with the divine. That is the way of yoga.